has what the Vilna calls his Ratzon Rishon is vital to try and understand. And the way to do that again is to look into Sifrei Musar, right, and try and understand, right, what a person is all about and what a person's obligations are. Over the past year, so I thought about my father, obviously, person, as I said, just finished the 12 months of surveillance yesterday. This is the York site, beginning of the second year. So I had the Makshava during this year that when I look back, my parents, they lived in America, and I've been here, Baruch Hashem, almost 35 years or so here in Eretz Yisrael, Baruch Hashem, learning. And, so they would come, especially up until about 5 or 6 years ago, they would come 2, sometimes even 3 times a year. When I look back, more often than not, my father and my mother, they would come and join us here in Yerushalayim during Sukkot. To come to Eretz Yisrael, to do mitzvahs in Eretz Yisrael is a whole different world than doing them in Chutz La'aretz. Not simply because Chutz La'aretz is different, but you're in the, what we call the Palpin Shomelech, you're in the palace of the king. I was on last night, we finished the Gemara in Kesubos. So the last few points that the Gemara in Kesubos mentions that how the Tanoim and Amorim had such a love for Eretz Yisrael. Right? That some would kiss the ground of Eretz Yisrael, some would roll around in the dirt of Eretz Yisrael, right? One of the Tanoim he would go along, when he's walking along the roads of Eretz Yisrael, he'd see rocks or other things which would cause people to stumble along the way. He would push it out of the way or he'd fill it in. He would tackle the roads in Eretz Yisrael. Why? He didn't want people to stub their toes, to trip, or to fall, or have something not nice happen to them, an accident happen to them in Eretz Yisrael, that they should have to speak badly about Eretz Yisrael. The other Tanoim, in the winter, they would go from the shade into the sun. And in the summer, they would go from the sun into the shade. So they went, when they're learning, it wouldn't be disturbed, and they wouldn't think badly about Eretz Yisrael. Someone once told me in the yeshiva that from this Gemara you could say that maybe it's a mitzvah to buy an air conditioner, right? Because therefore you can have the coolness in the summer and the heat in the winter that you need, that you won't be uncomfortable in Eretz Yisrael. It's a mitzvah to be comfortable in Eretz Yisrael, just like a sukkah, right? A sukkah is paying the guru. A sukkah, one mitzvah of sukkah is you have to make it like your home. Just like you have a nice couch and chairs and a table and everything's comfortable in the sukkah, in the house, you have to transfer that to your sukkah as well. Rosh Shiva said, as it's out in Steinberg, he said that it's true. If you need a fan in the sukkah, you need a fan in the sukkah. Right? Some people I know, they put an air conditioner in the sukkah. If that's what they need to be comfortable, it's all part of the mitzvah. Right? So I was thinking that my father was Zoyah, that he was able to come here, he was able to come here to Eretz Yisrael, especially on Sukkot, more times than other times, specifically on Sukkot. That's a mitzvah that you do with your whole body, your whole group, right? That it's something which is an opportunity to have that other mitzvahs don't. Some tefillin is with the yad and the rosh, right? Tzitzis is with the upper part of the body, but to be encompassed within the mitzvah of Sukkah, to be encompassed in the mitzvah of Eretz Yisrael. It's also something which is shows that if my father was zoicha to this, I believe that he had a certain, whether it was conscious or unconscious, but the fact that he came, the fact that he was here, and the fact that he did that proves something. That proves something. We see from in contrast, the Meraglim, they weren't zoicha to come in. If a person, right, is zoicha to something, you have to understand why. For example, Rashi brings down Kalev. Well, the 12 spies were sent out, right? But of the 10 were Rishonim, evil, and they were destroyed. Yeshua was one, and Kalev was another that they miraculously survived. Moshe Rabbeinu had to change, he had to add a yud. The Osius of the Shem HaKadosh Baruch Hu to Yeshua's name. Kalev, Rashi brings down, he went to the Mishnah, he went to the Kivri of the Tzaddikim, of Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak Avinu, and Yaakov Avinu, and Elisha too. In Hebron, he went to pray in Hebron. I asked, and I haven't gotten an answer yet, how did Caleb know to get to Hebron? How did he know? There wasn't the GPS over there. He didn't click it in and take, oh yeah, they zoom down there. He didn't ask your local Kanani, stop a local Kanani policeman and say, well, I'm a spy from the Jewish people. I'd like to pray by my forefathers. Can you direct me to Hebron there? How did he know to get there? I asked some Talmidei Chachamim. We agreed. Who knows? Are we going to say it was a miracle? So we'll say it's a miracle. But how does a miracle happen? Because the person wants something. That's it. A person wants to be in Eretz Israel. He wants to come, even if he can't be here all the time. He wants to be here, right? That's the way the person wants. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to make it happen. Because this whole world, the whole world is for the benefit of the person. That's what we said at the beginning. The person is brought into this world to gain mitzvahs, right? And to do the Ratzon Hashem. So anything that a person can do, if his Ratzon is really to do that, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the creator of the whole world, is going to make sure that things happen. That's what the whole world's created for. But Rabbeinu Yonah says in the Mishnah Avos, right? Also, the right moment, Torah voted in the middle of the study. Rabbeinu Yonah explains there in the Mishnah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted that there be a place where these three things can exist. He created this world. There should be a place for Torah, Avoda, and Gilui Mitzvah. So that's why the world exists. That these things should be able to. There should be a place, a stage, so to speak, where these things can be done and accomplished, right? So as long as we're doing those things, the world has a purpose, right? So if that's the case, then it's a bracha that a person's in this world that can be certainly successful. So could be an economy. How did Caleb get there? He knew that's what he had to do. He had to save himself, right? Just like Yeshua needed that extra yud in his name, and Moshe Rabbeinu knew that and gave him that yud that he should be saved. Caleb needed that he go and pray by the Kevin Kavos. So whatever it was, however it could be, he found himself there, right? Because that's the there. Shalom Rollins or anything else. So the way the person wants to go, Hashem is going to make the world in a way that it's going to be accomplished. So, Baruch Hashem, it's a tremendous thing that we're here learning Torah in Yerushalayim, right? Even if you're just here for a few days, but we'll come again, Mitzvah Hashem, right? And the more we can do, the better we'll be, Mitzvah Hashem. And we should be zoicha that with Goyal B'Tzedek, B'nei Beis HaMikdash, and we should be zoicha T'kiyas HaMeisim, Mitzvah Hashem, B'Korah.